Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, microwaves and ovens, or whatever the fuck you identify as, it's your boy TG Chats, and today we're back with another reaction video. Today we're going to be reacting to the addiction that destroyed Drake's career. I personally don't know how I feel about the title because I don't think Drake is a nigga you can necessarily ever destroy his career because I feel like Drake has like a cult like type following. Like the niggas who listen to Drake don't listen to anybody else. And you can't tell them that any nigga's better than Drake. And just because those niggas exist, I personally don't think Drake's career is destroyed. I do think Kendrick Lamar kind of, you know, body that nigga. But I don't think Drake is done for. At the end of the day, Drake is an amazing artist. You know, obviously there's trials and tribulations that come with being in the industry, and it does seem as if Kendrick Lamar got the best of him, but I wouldn't take it as far as to say that his career's been destroyed. But without further ado, let's go ahead and spark this video up and see what the people are talking about destroyed Drake's career. I'm gonna say it probably has something to do with his like niche for fucking women because obviously he's obsessed with women. So I'm just gonna say that this has something to do with women. I have not watched this video at all, but without further ado, let's get into it.
I think that people have been making fun of him for such a long time that he has really internalized all that. And that dictates the way he probably moves behind the scenes. I'm your girl, and your girl, and your girl, because you treated me like this. You think I wasn't cool enough. He's been holding.
On God, I didn't know nothing about, like I said, before the video even started, I never seen this video or nothing, but I knew it had something to do with bitches. And with the first opening, scene and line of the fucking video is some random girl talking about like Drake fucking his friends' girls and shit like that. I knew that, like I said, I knew that this probably had something to do with women. I can't lie, that nigga Drake be kind of making the light-skinned niggas like me look bad at times, you feel me? Because she was saying like this nigga Drake just takes everything that people says and gets butthurt about it, and then he just goes and handle business with his friend's girl. But that don't set the tone right for other niggas of a lighter skin complexion, I should say. Because I'm not the type of nigga that would get mad no matter what. If you were my best friend and you piss me off, I don't think that I would go and fuck your girl like behind your back. I think there's other ways of getting even or getting back at guys. To me, the best way to get back at somebody is fucking success and just shit on them, not fucking their girl. But that's Drake, and Drake has set that standard for all the light skinned niggas, and that's like one of the drawbacks of being a lighter skinned nigga. So, like I said, I knew this had something to probably do with girls, but
Holding a lot close to the chest.
A lot of in the industry do not try to everybody's. That is not true. You introduce them to your girl, extra friendly, smiling.
Two niggas already, nigga, 2 clips back to back. They're talking about Drake fucking his industry friend's girl.
And it ain't just rappers, the athletes, the actors, the golfers, the executives, the tech people.
What is the real?
Drake is out here fucking everyone's girl. I thought it was just like rappers and shit they're talking about. He's fucking the IT guy who works for Apple. Fucking 9 to 5. He's fucking his girl too. Drake's just out here fucking everybody's girl.
Issue with you in marriage. Now I gotta dig in and see what's your family like.
Pusha T.
Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I
too.
get that. And he never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this.
Since the beginning of his career, Drake's relationship with women has always been at the forefront of his music. Whether his songs were about going through a breakup, occasionally depicting himself as sensitive, or outright portraying himself as a simp, Drake seemed to genuinely admire women. But over time, things drastically changed, until the point he morphed into the self-proclaimed certified lover boy. From venting his feelings of loneliness to an ex on Marvin's Room, through to accusations of rampant misogyny on the 21 Savage assisted Her Loss, even Drizzy's claim that the only woman he loves is his mom on God's Plan was a drastic departure from
Drake
when he
is
was actively trying to settle down. But where the good guy image was once intact and helped skyrocket his career to the top, that's long gone now and replaced with the perception that, as Kendrick said, Drizzy doesn't even like women. In fact, he only values them when it comes to sexual gratification and as a way to have a one-up on his
So basically Drake's a whore, but I feel like we all knew that already.
Enemies and friends. In short, there's now a belief that Drake has a serious sex addiction, which has basically created the predicament he finds himself in today.
He presents himself as like this smart, composed, thoughtful businessman, but you're your friends' girls, you're not them for them, by the way. There's tons of bad. You're not just doing it to get a nut. You're your man. That's what you're doing. It sounds crazy, but that's what it's about. I'm gonna do something that I know that I'm gonna have over you.
Oh yeah,
forever.
okay, yeah.
Currently operating in
Yeah, Drake be just keeping that shit in his back pocket, like, yo, nigga, when push come to shove, just know I fucked your bitch. Because that's the worst thing you can tell a nigga. Like, imagine a nigga's arguing with you, like, yeah, Drake, you got a BBL, or Drake, you got a nose job. Well, guess what? I fucked your wife and you're still with her. And I low-key probably have proof that I did that too. But that's
state that may
wild.
fill a void inside him while deviating from the image that first made him successful.
What is that? Drake, come on, Drake, come on. This is the other shit that Drake be doing. I have no problem with Drake, but this is some of the shit that Drake be doing. Cause, bro, people love to just associate light-skinned niggas with Drake. Like, automatically, if you're a light-skinned nigga, you just have some, you're related to Drake in some way, shape, or form if you're a light-skinned. Like, this nigga cannot be the image of all light-skins. Like, honestly, it should probably be me, to be quite honest. It should not be Drake, because whatever the fuck he has going on in his hair, that shit is not it.
Drake has made it clear that he's not a one-woman man at this point in his life,
Yeah,
nor
Drake
does he plan to change that. And while that makes him no different from many other superstars, the problem for the Sixth God is that there's a feeling of
Drake has a face tattoo? When the fuck did he get this? Oh yeah, Drake. Drake stuck in between, like, do I want to be a thug or do I want to be a fucking light-skinned guy from fucking Canada? And he still hasn't made up his mind 35 years later. When the fuck did Drake get a face tattoo? Am I like late? I have to be like late to the party. I've never fucking seen anything about Drake ever having a face tattoo. I know he has a fucking
fight and self-sabotage to how he goes about it that has nearly destroyed his career several times over. So let's break down the roots of this addiction and how it's been hiding in plain sight for a long time now. When you pattern yourself as a ladies' man, it's really no surprise that you might ruffle some feathers or act impulsively when things don't go your way. Just look at what happened in the aftermath of Drake flying a fresh-faced Ice Spice out to OVO Fest, only to suddenly cut ties with her when it appeared he didn't get what he wanted out of it.
It's been
yeah, that nigga Drake was definitely trying to get in Ice Spice's cheeks. He was definitely trying to Ice Spice some shit. He was trying to spice up some ice. I didn't know that Drake tried to get on that with Ice Spice. That's low-key kind of new information to me. That's new information
speculated
to
that
me.
Drake unfollowed you afterwards. Do you want to tell us some tea on that?
He did. I don't know why though.
Shame on you, Drake. Shame on
You
you.
do know
shouldn't
why.
have done that.
You wasn't trying to
Happened
give up
ghost
that
someone
pussy to
in an
Drake.
instant, Drake's objectives with up-and-comers like Ice come into focus when you see how much he prides himself on being a bachelor. So, when he doesn't get his way, his superstardom allows him to move in a way without any consequences. And this behavior was further highlighted in an interview with Angie Martinez, where French Montana basically lifted the lid on how Drake operates.
Yes.
There's people with more reputation than me.
Drake is close, but you and Drake are friends.
Splash Bros. Snipe Squad. You know, he gave me the Snipe Squad thing. 10 rules, 10 snipe commandments. Thou shalt
What
not
are the
snipe
10?
a bro's ting. Thou shalt never pillow talk or discuss business
Well, he
with
done
a
broke
ting.
the two
On
fucking
any
things already,
import From
apparently.
the United States, Canada, or any other region, thou shalt practice a maximum 3-day export rule to avoid frustration. If you fly anybody in, give them 3 days so you can avoid frustration. 3 days maximum.
With Drake basically
So if I ever get rich, if I want to join the Splash Bros Club, if I fly a girl out, she only gets 3 days to avoid frustration. He's basically saying, like, after 3 days, you're fucking annoying me. Honestly, if I'm a rapper, or if you guys watching this, if you're a rapper or whatever, like a superstar, or not even famous, like you just have enough money to the point where like you find a girl, or like a girl, you find a guy on Instagram, Tinder, you know, whatever, like it may be, social media. How long realistically are you trying to spend time with that person that like you've honestly never met and have probably only had one conversation with? I can't lie. If I had the money to do it, I would definitely probably be a little trick. I'd trick on a little something, you know what I'm saying? I can't lie about it. You know, I'd do a bunch of things, but I won't tell you no lie. I definitely had me a couple times where I would indulge and you know, in some things, fly a couple girls and their friends out or something like that, pay them some little money to come and kick it with me, and then send them back on their way. Honestly, Drake might be better than me because my patience is like short, and I get the ick hella quick. if somebody does one thing, they may not even know that they fucking did it. And in my head, I'm immediately like, yeah, I want nothing to do with you anymore. Like, there's been times where I've been like talking to girls and then like I link them in person or something like that. And then like I look at their nose and like I just keep seeing something like about their nose that I don't like. And then that thought just will not leave my head. And then I get the ick and you gotta go. So I can only imagine if a dude of like Drake's stature, like a girl pulls up on him that he, tried to fly out and then he sees something that he didn't like, he's probably sending her back immediately. But with me, I think honestly 3 days is a lot. Like if I'm flying you out, I'm giving you like a day and a half, 2 days, just long enough for me to like take you on a shopping spree and, handle whatever business we got to handle, take you out to dinner and do stuff like that. But 3 days is honestly way more than I expected for a guy like Drake.
Retaining the mindset of a man in his 20s, it explains why Drizzy also doesn't care whose toes he steps on, including sniping someone else's team. Take for instance the story of Naomi Sharon. Unlike Ice Spice, it's believed that she welcomed Drake's advances despite being in an 8-year relationship. To make matters worse,
hey, they not shit, bro. This what I be saying, bro. Like, I was just talking to my homie about this the other day. They just said that girl, that lady that was just on the screen, she was in a relationship for 8 years, bro. All it took for her to break her vow or whatever she had going on with her boyfriend or her husband, fiance, whatever they may be, all it took was Drake to just come through, offer a little bit of money, offer you a little bit of clout, give you that, oh, I fucked Drake. Now you can tell all your friends that you fucked Drake, or I have Drake's number. That's all that it took to throw 8 years down the drain. So like at what point do you know that like you really found the one? Like if I'm just a normal guy and I could be so madly in love with this girl, she's so madly in love with me. How do I know Lil Baby or Drake just can't fucking pull up and just swoop them off their feet? Or, maybe that's stretching it a little bit, but just a dude with a bigger bag or somebody who got a better car, faster car, more money, bigger house, better job. Is that all that it really takes for people to really go back and like she said, it was 8 years and you're just willing to dump that down the drain for 30 seconds of Drake's time? Like, that's just crazy to me, bro. Like, that's crazy to me. It just goes to show that, like, some people, I'm not going to say everybody and categorize everybody in one pool with each other, but I'm the type of nigga, I believe it's like 99% of like girls. If a dude comes by with enough money, I don't give a fuck how long you guys have been together, he's buying your girl off of you. He puts that money in her face and shows her that, I can change your fucking lifestyle if you're dealing with a boss man like me. And he could be a dickhead. He could be an absolute dickhead. Think about all the girls that are with these dickhead guys just for the security, like the financial security of just being with this dude. Like deep down in their heart, they probably can't stand him. Probably can't stand the guy. But just because he provides that financial security, like they're willing to just deal with it, That's just insane to me. Just 8 years down the drain for 30 seconds of fame and to fuck Drake with a condom on. That's fucking kind of nuts to me.
Drake had worked out with her then boyfriend just days before, only to later post an IG picture after the story broke captioned, "Without remorse." Dirty.
Drake is different. Drake is different. This nigga Champagne Poppy is different. He worked out with this nigga, bagged his girlfriend within a 24-hour time span. So he worked out with him, smashed this dude's girl, and went and posted a photo of him like making the most light-skinned, sinister face and put the caption as "without remorse." And this was all within 24 hours. Yeah, this nigga Drake is different. This nigga's different. Champagne Poppy, you got it, bro. You're a fucking demon, bro.
Imagine having the most beautiful, supportive, and faithful relationship 8 years long with an engagement.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry to keep pausing, but like this definitely is like kind of what I was just saying. Imagine having the most beautiful, supportive, and faithful relationship 8 years long with an engagement and a wedding plan. Beautiful woman, major opportunities, star calls your fiance to sign a record deal, flies you both over, then out of nowhere, all the trust is vanished with knives in your back and in your heart. but also imagine the power of the universe that is sending love and greatness to me in an astronomical, most spiritual way imagined. I am no longer with the person people think I am together with. I am no longer with the 8 years I thought I was together with. Yeah, buddy, you just got your fucking time wasted. This is why I'm so scared of commitment, bro. Like I'm honestly scared of committing, bro. Like it's not like I want to be out here and be a hoe, but like I was saying earlier, like how do you know when you got the right one? Like am I just the right one for you right now? And if I stumble, I mean not if I stumble, but if you stumble across someone who, you know, just got something that I don't got, are you willing to just throw away everything that we have? Like how do you know? I would love to have a wife and kids and, you know, have a beautiful family with a white picket fence and everything goes smooth. But I don't know, man. I'm just scared. Cause like my biggest thing is like when I love somebody, bro, like I love a motherfucker with like all my heart for real. Like, and I'd be willing to jump in front of a bus or take a bullet for a motherfucker that like I genuinely love. You know what I'm saying? So that shit just kind of scared me because I don't know. I feel like I could get like taken advantage of. But you know, I do think there is that special person like out there for someone, but it's just so many people in the world. Like, how the fuck do you know when you got the right one?
Engagement and wedding plan, her former fiance Jamie Sun said. Then this major opportunity comes and a world star calls her fiance to sign a record deal. Flies you both over, and then, out of nowhere, all the trust has vanished with knives in your back and in your heart. I am no longer with the person people think I'm together with. I am no longer with the 8 years I thought I was together with. With someone like Jamie participating in the music industry at a lower level, Drake clearly had no concerns when it came to trampling over his life to get what he wanted. But even though he got away with just a bit of reputational damage that time, recently, it's become clear that Drake's promise to French Montana about never getting involved with someone else's girl was just talk. Because when you look back, Drake has a habit.
That was cap from the get-go. I didn't even realize that they said that when like French Montana didn't say it like that. But if that's what he was saying, like you'll never get involved with another man's girl, you're not telling me. Honestly, probably since Drake has been famous, probably 90 to 95% of the girls that he smashed has had a boyfriend or has been in some type of relationship. Like this nigga been broke the code that he set. Like Drake is wild.
Of bringing women into almost all of his beefs with other rappers. And in the view of one of his biggest supporters and academics, this is where Drake has been a habitual line crosser.
I keep asking people and they're like, yo, listen, man, Drake's a little sloppy with it. All these guys, they share the same crop of girls. It's a thin line between like, yo, these are like the community chicks that we all and yo, you're doing certain to kind of like disrespect.
In Axe View, this is always a key part of how Drake.
What is the line? Like, where do you draw? Because they said, you know, like obviously we got the community chicks that everybody hitting, and you got the girls that like you're hitting, bro, and it's kind of like disrespectful. Like, where do you draw the line? Like, what standard of like homie do you have to be to not get your girl hit? Like for me, honestly, if I'm being brutally honest, like I am going to be 1000% like authentic right here. The way that I look at it is like, I have about like five to seven friends that like I really hold dear. Honestly, it may be less than 5. It honestly may be about like 4 to 5 friends that like I truly hold dear to like my heart. And I would never smash their chick. And honestly, I kind of look at it as like, if you're not one of those guys, like I would smash your girl. A lot of people say differently, but if you're a dude who, you know, you're just like an acquaintance of me, or, you know, you're just around the people who I hang around. So that's like how we have our relationship. If we've never chopped it up and had a real deal, I wouldn't even say chopped it up. Like if we haven't multiply like chopped it up and like we're locked in. If we not locked in, twin, I'm smashing your girl. I'm not gonna lie. That's really just how I'm gonna put it. If we not locked in, I'm smashing your girl. I try not to do that. You know, I'm not a hoe. You feel me? So don't get it misconstrued. But that's just the standard that I hold. If we not locked in, twin, your girl, she kind of up for grabs. And like I said, that's honestly probably about like seven dudes, because I know niggas that's would say that they're my friend, that if my girl pulled up on them trying to pop that motherfucking thing, they finna go, and they not finna think about me. They not finna be like, oh, well, how the fuck would TG feel? I mean, they probably would, but they're a man. Like, they're gonna suck them to lust every single time. Not a lot of niggas finna be like, nah, like if the pussy is just right in their face, a lot of dudes is not just turning that down because of some type of fucking friendship that you guys had. So that's kind of how I look at it. If we not locked in, twin, your girl is up for grabs.
Drake has operated, long before it led Future to call him a fan on We Don't Trust You. Case in point, just look at why his decade-long feud with CB started.
Imagine how bold Drake was when Drake sends a bottle over there with a note that says, "I'm the love of your life." That was
Drake
supposed to
did
be
that?
the note. And right then,
Drake
beef
did that
starts.
to Chris
So Drake is in
Brown?
the club, supposedly with Meek and some
Chris
other
Brown
people,
is the one
and
that's
Chris Brown
smashing
is
other
there,
dudes'
and
girls.
Drake
And Drake
says
is smashing
a
Chris
thing over there,
Brown's
like,
girl.
the love of your life.
Yeah,
Drake
Drake
is
is
a
wild.
savage.
Drake's a
Yeah,
fucking
You gotta
savage
keep
for
it
that.
going, Drake.
Yeah,
Back
you
when
gotta
Drake
keep
and
your
Chris
girl
had
away
some
from
bad
Drake.
blood over
There's no
Rihanna,
way.
the
You
whole
want to go
thing
to a
likely
Drake
made
concert
things awkward
backstage
at parties,
access?
but
Yeah.
didn't really
Our
spill out
relationship's
onto
over.
record
Just
or
know if
really
you go to
even
that
enter the
concert, our
public
relationship's
consciousness at the
over.
time. But that hasn't always
Your
been the case.
relationship's over.
And much like his dispute over Princess Diana with Future, it was his decision to mess with other people's girls that led his ghostwriting scandal with Quentin Miller to come to light in the first
Why
place.
do
In
why do
turn,
niggas
creating a
beef
narrative
over
that's
girls,
haunted
bro?
him
I
ever
never
since.
understood that.
That's how the
And why
whole
do
thing
girls
started
beef
with
over
even the
dudes?
reference
Like if
tracks.
you got a
DJ
beef with a
Drama said, bro,
motherfucker
he didn't write
over
that.
a
The
significant
guy in my
other or
studio
like
in
a girl,
Atlanta, he
then 9
recorded
times out
it,
of 10,
and
bro,
Drake
you
just
shouldn't
sang it
even be
over.
dealing with
That's
them
how that
anyway,
starts. So
bro.
two guys who thought Drake their chicks
Yo.
basically created that moment.
But while
So
all of these
the
incidents could
leak
have been damaging to his career,
as
if
to
you need to
why
look at how
Drake's
far Drake will
ghostwriter
push you when
got
it comes to
leaked
women, look no
was
further
because
than him
Drake
betraying his
smashed
very
the
own
two
mentor
girls.
when
I
he
did
was
not
at his
know that.
lowest.
I'm finding
A
out
story
shit
that was
about
brought to
Drake.
light
I
in a
didn't
bar by
fucking
Kendrick
know.
Lamar's Not Like Us. The allegations that Drake found Wayne's
That
girl
line
when he
that
was in
Kendrick
jail
said was
have
crazy.
actually been around for a
That
while.
line
And
was
to
crazy.
Weezy's credit, he's done his best to shoot Drake some bail.
Oh, I wasn't worried about that. That's just how life goes when you locked up. She still be texting me and stuff, you know?
However, this is only one side of the real story that never gets reported, because as Weezy disclosed in his autobiography, this actually took a real toll on him. As a man, he wrote, "I woke up still feeling messed up about the fucked up day that I had." Hell
Bro,
is
it's
what it
only a
was.
couple
I'm
things
used to
that could
arguing
really
with my
make
girl
a
on daily
man like.
basis.
It's only a couple of things that could really make a man like break damn near or want to like really crash out. Like, you feel me? You obviously got like crash out motherfuckers out there, but like a real man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's only a couple of things, bro, that could really make you want to crash out. And that's your girl like cheating on you, like a girl that you really love and like you really have like real genuine love and like real genuine feelings for. Getting cheated on will fuck you up. Something with your family would fuck you up. Those are like damn near the two things that would make a dude just want to like crash out. Because as a dude, you already bottle up so much and try to mask all these emotions and try to just put up this facade. But this or something with your family, those are two things that'll make any dude drop that facade. I don't give a fuck if you're Andrew Tate. If you've been with this girl for 10 years, you thought this was the love of your life, and then you turn to find out she cheated on you with fucking Drake, come on, you're ready to go fucking, you're ready to go cause some havoc.
Finding out that
You're
she
ready to
messed
go
with
cause
Drake
some
was the
fucking
absolute worst thing I could have found out. Seemingly happy to backstab one of the people
didn't
who had done
know
the most
Drake
for his career,
backstabbed
this
Weezy
would
like
point to the
that.
sheer depths of Drake's issues
And
when
then
it
he
comes to
got
his
Weezy
addiction.
tatted
But
on
as
his
for
face
how
after
Drake's
he
addiction
smashed his
manifested
girl.
in the
Okay,
first
this is
place,
another
there's a couple of
fucking
theories, but
Drake
both
with the
boil
face
down to the
tattoo.
same
Okay,
thing.
I must
It's
be
his way of
behind
getting
on
back
pop
at the
culture.
tough times in his youth,
Because
or
I
proving
remember
everyone
this video,
wrong
and
who
this was
doubted
from
that
a
a
couple
suburban
years
Jewish
ago, and
kid
I
from
had no
Toronto could
fucking
make it
clue
big
that
in
Drake had a
hip-hop.
face
And
tattoo.
during an in-depth conversation on the Joe Budden podcast, they weighed in on how people's perceptions of him influenced his tendency to forget his loyalties and go after women who should be off limits.
Let's have a real conversation about how talk about Drake behind the scenes and how people in the industry talk about Drake and how they view him. View Drake like he's a corny who grew up not getting no and now he got money and now he's able to afford that, right?
Left with a deficit he's now trying to make up
I
for.
can't lie,
This
if I
explains
ever
some of the
blow up and
recklessness
get
in how
rich and
Drake
famous,
pursues
niggas
women.
can't never
Because for
say
him,
that
it's
about me,
personal,
'cause I've been
and a way to
standing on
further
business.
assert his place at the top.
I've been standing
Bottom
on
line
business.
is, most of these in the industry that have grown up a certain way don't like that this moves in the fashion he moved because they never had a respect for him.
You just said that a lot of in the industry do that. A lot of in the industry do not try to everybody's. That is not true. You introduce them to your girl, extra friendly, smiling.
And he
wanna
do that
exchanging numbers.
19, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70 times, and it ain't just rappers.
Why
The
is Joe
athletes,
Budden
the
so
actors,
passionate
the
about how
golfers, the
Drake be
executives,
smashing
the
on
tech
everybody's
people.
girl?
The difference is you might be more comfortable being way more vocal about that you never respected than the other.
While Joe Budden thinks that this is all about how he's been treated in the game and is now trying to get back, others feel
Why
it goes
is-
deeper
why
than just
am I
rap.
just now
According to
hearing all
Nadeska
this
and
about
Ebro,
Drake,
it goes
bro?
back to how he's been treated by the world as a whole, not just the industry. Because when the world has looked down on him or made
Yo,
him a figure
Drake,
of
come on, you gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop, bro. This nigga Drake, bro. You gotta stop.
Bad boy memes. Being the guy who could steal your girl in a moment's notice is his way of proving himself as the star he always saw himself as.
I think that people have been making fun of him for such a long time that he
really took that
internalized all
BBL Drizzy to heart
and
started
that dictates the way he probably moves behind
He
the
started
scenes.
wilding after the
Your
BBL
girl,
Drizzy.
and your girl, and your girl, because
You
you
know why
like
we
this.
ain't
You
heard
think I
from
was in
Drake
Kuna.
since
He's been
Kendrick
holding
done put
a
him in a
lot
body
close to the
bag.
chest.
He been
Due to
he
social
been going
media
to
and
smash
people
on,
listing
trying to
all of the
smash on
people,
Kendrick
it was
girl.
like a list of 40 people
So he can make
that
a
Drake
diss song
either
about it.
has problems or has had problems with. The women, the men, the women have decided to be with.
Yo, in
At a certain
reality,
point,
bro,
you
I
start
really
going,
wonder
wait,
what Drake's
it
body
can't be
count is.
everybody else, bro.
But above all,
I really
it's
wonder
not just
how many
Drake's
women
obvious
Drake has
over-reliance
slept
on
with.
sex that's the
Probably
issue,
an
nor even his ruthless
insurmountable
backstabbing of his
amount,
enemies.
bro.
The real problem is how his behavior and personal circumstances have shaped a negative attitude
Insurmountable
towards
amount
women
of
that
women
threatens
he's
to be his
probably been with.
downfall. Because from Pusha T to Kendrick Lamar, every time that he's been forced to take an L in a battle is when he comes at someone's spouse or fiance.
Hey, that's what I was just saying. I said, hey, we ain't heard from Drizzy because he probably on the back end trying to smash on Kendrick girl and then come back with the diss song. See, bro, I be seeing this. I be seeing it all coming like I'm a Simpsons character, bro. I promise
This
you,
view,
bro.
this goes all the way back to the trials and tribulations.
I bet the next song, if Drake ever does respond, if he lets it die, he lets it die. But if Drake ever comes back and responds to Kendrick, I know he's gonna try to make some type of claim that he smashed on his girl.
Of his youth.
Now I gotta dig deeper. What is the real issue with you in marriage? Now I gotta dig in and see, what's your family like? Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I get that. And he never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this.
Left without a strong role model and instead given a father who's still chasing girls himself to this
Wait,
day
what the
in a
fuck?
slightly...
Yo, Dennis, you're wild.
Your dad left you at 5.
You're
Oh, I
wildin'.
get that. And he never walked you to the bus
Dennis
stop.
is
You're mad about this.
wildin'.
Left without a strong role model and instead given a father who's still
What
chasing
the
girls
fuck,
himself to
Dennis?
this day in a slightly creepy way, it explains why
Dennis.
Drake thinks nothing of getting involved with someone else's girl,
Yo,
nor discrediting someone
Dennis
else's
is
wife.
moving
While for someone like
crazy.
Pusha, Kendrick, or even A$AP Rocky, who adopted the Drizzy beef after lines about his wife from For All the Dogs, this wouldn't be an option. In turn, creating the sense that Drake may have plenty of relationships with women, but doesn't ultimately respect them. Left embarrassed
Yo, why do they have Drake in this suggested video with fucking lipstick on, bro? This is that shit that be ruining for the other light-skinned niggas,
by his
bro.
own actions and with his peers now calling him out, Drake's gotten a serious wake-up call to change his ways. Because
Drake is not changing his fucking ways. If y'all thought that Kendrick Lamar putting Drake in a body bag with the rap beef was gonna stop Drake from wilding and trying to smash on everybody's girl, you guys are sadly mistaken. Drake is not changing his ways. Drake is going to die a single man with a son. Honestly, I'm not like Drake, but I kind of want something that Drake has. Like, in regards to like marriage, like I don't really want to get married for real, honestly. Like, even if I love you so very much and dear, I don't think that we need paperwork to validate my feelings, you know, because one day somebody could love you more than anything they ever loved in their life. And then the next day somebody can wake up and just don't want nothing to do with you anymore. And you want me to just give you half of everything I own and shit like that. So I feel Drake, like how Pusha T was saying, like, what's your issue with marriage? Like, for some dudes, it could just be, for some dudes like me, it can literally be something as simple as like, I don't want to deal with the paperwork that comes behind it. Like, I'm not going to cheat on you or anything. We could share bank accounts. We could do, you know, whatever you want to do. But I don't know how I feel about marriage. Me personally, my dad was in 2 tight marriage situations. One, he was actually married. And the second one, he would have been legally married because they were together in the state of Illinois. If you're together with someone for 7 years, then that you guys are technically married. But the first time I witnessed my father go through, and I think this probably affected my relationship with women, even still to this day, but just seeing like what divorce did to my dad, not saying, you know, he didn't play a role in the divorce or anything like that. Just seeing what it did and how it just broke him down to his core and basically made him hit a reset like on his life. At that point, just I was like, man, like, I don't know if I ever want to deal with something like that, because it was one of those situations, like I said, like, stepmom obviously loved my dad or they would have never gotten married in the first place. And then, you know, woke up one day and, you know, I'm not feeling this anymore. And like I said, I'm not going to say it wasn't to a fault of my father. I'm not going to say he was a perfect man. But at that point, you know, it could have been a situation where me I go to the right and you go to the left. I'm the type of dude, if I'm a millionaire and I'm with a lady or whatever and we're not married and then we decide to go our separate ways, we had kids or whatever, I'm gonna throw her some money. Just I appreciate your time. I appreciate the lessons you taught me. I appreciate you, valuing me and loving me and, showing affection for me. I appreciate that. I'm gonna throw you this little money. You finna go on your way. I'm finna go on mine. And the whole kid situation, we gonna figure that out. But we not finna go through no divorce court taking no 2, 3, 4 years so you could break me down to my motherfucking knees and I ain't got nothing to show for it no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's personally my opinion on like marriage. But all in all, we just wrapped up the video. The addiction that destroyed Drake's career. Like I said, I don't think Drake's career is destroyed. Once again, I think it's impossible to destroy somebody like Drake's. You just can't destroy his career because his music is so timeless. Because you're lying if you can say whatever you want to say about Drake, but all in all, Drake is one of the best artists of our generation, if not all time. So you got to give respect where respect is due. I do think Drake is going to bounce back, make another club hit, drop another album. Like I said, I don't think he's done for. The addiction definitely can affect his relationships within the industry and people wanting and not wanting to deal with him. And, that could affect things like getting features or, how it gets like in the industry and stuff like that. But all in all, like I said, I don't think Drake is done for. But that's going to go ahead and wrap up this reaction video. I thought that was a very interesting video because like I said, I didn't know any of this, honestly, prior to watching this video about like the situation with like Wayne and Wayne like actually admitting that happened. I heard Kendrick say it in the song, but I just thought that was like some rap beef type stuff. But to say that Wayne like actually put that in an autobiography and confirm that Drake, actually did that, that's actually kind of messed up because considering what Lil Wayne did for Drake, that's kind of crazy to smash Wayne's girl. But I don't think any different of Drake. I mean, that's what I would expect. Everything I've seen in this video, I mean, I kind of expected of Drake. I don't think any of that surprises me. Like I said in the beginning, I thought that this probably had something to do with women before I ever even watched the video. So, but you guys have a good day. Please make sure to hit the like button if you can. If we can get about 50 likes, then I will be posting another reaction video. Make sure you drop follow, subscribe. I am also live on Kick at kick.com/tgchats. It's going to be a link in the description below. Make sure you drop me a follow on there as well. But all in all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, microwaves and ovens, or whatever the fuck you identify as, it's your boy TG Chats. See ya.